we're heading off nice and early this morning from base camp at Gabriel's Gully or Gray's Dam, and we are going to cycle to the start of the Clutha Gold Trail. So that's the Clutha cycling trail, I think that's how you say it. So it actually starts or finishes at Lawrence, so there's about a 4k ride into the start of the track here from Gabriel's Gully, and we're just going to be doing the Lawrence to Beaumont, I've got to get that right, Lawrence to Beaumont, and it's about 20 k's one way, and then we'll be coming back again, so then that'll be one section ticked off the list with at least 3 more to do on the trail. So exactly 4.2 k's in from our campsite at Gabriel's Gully, we reached the start of the Clutha Gold Trail. So let's go and see what this one's all about. Come across Big Hill Tunnel. Not a very original name, Big Hill Tunnel. So this tunnel was built between 1911 and 1912. 434 metres long. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel on this one. We made it to Beaumont, and we have done 23.9 kilometres to be exact from base camp, and yeah, it would have been about, I think it's about 19.7 from the very start of the trail in Lawrence. So there used to be a ferry that used to run across a river. This is where the two rivers join, and they used to have a ferry, and townships sprung up in Beaumont either side of where the ferry ran, so that was back in 1886. Cycling a few kilometres past Beaumont, carrying on heading towards Roxburgh. We just wanted to find a nice place to have lunch, really. I think we found it. 50 k's later, and we've made it back to Lawrence, and I think this is very well deserved.
Yeah.
Real fruit, soft serve ice cream.
Yeah, normal ice cream.
And Scotty's got his normal ice cream over there. I'll recommend the ice cream shop down the other end of the main street. So in true Kiwis fly the Coop fashion, we have only got a short trip today, or only around 30 k's to get to Miller's Flat. We're going to treat ourselves, hopefully, to a powered site, and knock off another part of the Gold Trail today. So, not a long trip, but anyway, you can be travelling either 300 kilometres or just 30 kilometres. You've still got to shut everything down, do the check sheet, and make sure everything is secure. We made it to Miller's Flat camping ground. Good old Miller's Flat, and I say that with fondness because we were here in 1998 in a very different set of wheels. They let us in early, we're all set up, about to jump on our bikes. It's 5 to 12, and we're going to be cycling part of the Clutha Gold Trail back towards Beaumont. So hopefully ending back up where we were yesterday for our picnic lunch. So according to my calculations, it'll be round about 21 kilometres from here, and then we'll turn around and come back. So about 8.8 k's, I've just checked, and from base camp we've come to the famous Horseshoe Bend bridge. Now this bridge was built back in 1913 and a means to get over the Clutha River, and prior to that they used cable chair, glad they're not doing that today, cable chair, punts and small boats, and no doubt a lot of drownings happen. So we've just parked the bikes. It's about a 10-minute walk into the bridge, so let's go and see. You wouldn't think it now, but on this site here at Horseshoe Bend was actually quite a large mining settlement with several hundred people who lived here. That was back in the 1860s, and of course, like most small towns, it was built on the wrong side of the river because the main road was actually across the river. And so river crossings were hit and miss, and so the school children weren't actually attending school on a regular basis, so they lobbied a petition to the Tuapeka District Council to build a cable chair that went across here, and it was on a never-ending rope, so you swung on the chair pulling yourself along with the rope, so it was one person at a time, and the locals understandably weren't very happy about that, so hence they ended up building the bridge.
Jesus.
So an 800 metre detour off the bike track and you come to the Lonely Graves, and there's a few stories surrounding the Lonely Graves. As you can see on the headstone, somebody's darling lies buried here in 1865, and the story goes that a body was found washed up at Horseshoe Bend, where that bridge was that we stopped at before, and they buried him because they didn't know who he was, and the story then morphs into it was actually somebody who got washed and drowned in the river up by Clyde. So William Rigney, who is buried alongside somebody's darling, reported it but denied having found or buried him. So when William Rigney died, they buried him beside him. So they're still not too sure where the truth lies. We've made it back to base camp after cycling 43.2 kilometres, and because we didn't head out till right on lunchtime, we really felt the heat. So it's been a hot day, but what a great day. Spectacular scenery. I can't explain any more than that. Following along the Clutha River. So after yesterday's ride of 54 kilometres, we enjoyed a ice cream. There's nothing else for it at the moment but a nice cold beer, and I tell you what, that bottle did not even touch the sides. So one more section to go tomorrow. 2 down, 1 to go for the Clutha Gold Trail. The Clutha Gold Trail, take 3. I've only had a coffee this morning. Take 3. part 3 of the trail. So today it's Miller's Flat through to Roxburgh. Our research tells us that it should be just under 20k, so a somewhat shorter ride than the last 2 days, and I think my rear end is probably going to be a little bit thankful for that. But in the background you can see that we are hugging the mighty Clutha River again. So it'll be good just to see how this part of the track compares to the last two. So onward and upward. Slight precipitation this morning and a tad cooler than it was yesterday. In fact, I've got 2 layers on, including a windbreaker. So see how the day pans. It looks like it's going to fine up later in the day. So I think we're in for a good ride.
But we only got 20 k's to do today.
What was that, Scott?
We only got 20 k's to do today.
One way and 20 k's back. Yeah, equals 40.
Oh, so no pub stop.
Well, you might be able to find one at the other end.